Alright. Where we last left off, Daldur. Oh, your thing isn't working. No. Okay, where you last left off, you had faced off against one of the generals and lost pretty heavily. Though no one died on your side, you did receive quite the beating. Afterwards, you fled with Astout, returned to the city again after a little while. You retrieved the Cassitillion, and then you fled again, going towards a steppe where you found a village which you did not learn the name of quite yet, and encountered a man whose name you also did not learn. But he said, until you come to him with a plan and a method of reimbursement for his village's assistance, you will not receive a single axe. And now you stand outside with Astout and the Cassitillion, whose name is Baron?
Good enough.
With the Cassitillion in that village. You walk up to them, you said a few things, and now we pick up pretty much right after. Ferrano. His name is Ferrano.
Damn.
Okay, so you stand in the village. The smell of wet grass is constantly permeating in the air. A lot of these warriors are wandering around doing something or something else. Some are cooking food, others are building up these houses or other buildings, reinforcing them, making repairs.
Session that we were going to go to the city first, try and find people inside, right?
Yes.
So, are we just like preparing to go then? Or?
Yeah, this is just picking up like right after you said, okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, well, how much supplies do we have? Stuff to travel with, or are we good to just head out now?
Ferrano opens up the bottomless bag. He says, you got a few meals worth.
It should be fine.
He closes it.
How are we gonna get in the city? Well, I guess we probably worry about that when we get there, but still.
Well, it'd be good to have a plan. This is Astel speaking. I don't know if you can tell their voices apart. It'd be good to have a plan, at least when we get there. We could potentially just be let in. I don't know if they'd recognize us.
Is it possible to disguise ourselves using soul magic, since we are just our souls without bodies right now?
Yeah, you could kind of disguise.
Okay, Daldur's gonna try that on himself quickly.
How many slots are you gonna use?
I'm gonna say 12.
12? What do you try to make yourself look like?
Let's find out.
Okay.
I guess a dragonborn then.
All right. You wave your hand over yourself and using soul magic. You find that it's probably easier to do it on yourself rather than using your magic on other people to change what they look like. But you do transform yourself to look like a white dragonborn. You've got kind of like frost along your skin, like permafrost. Look down at your hands, which have reduced in digit number and increased in size.
Ugh.
It does feel weird, like opening and closing your hand. You're not used to these sensations. You are using muscles that you have never had.
You guys think this would work?
Honestly, can't even recognize it. If you didn't change right in front of me, I would have no idea.
Okay, well, and then Daldur's gonna like release the
Okay.
illusion. And then I guess they'll just start walking. We don't have any other forms of transportation, do we? How do I? Daldur is saying this like as they're like traveling. I do understand that it is possible to fly for a short time using fire magic, but I don't know how I could do sustained flight like that. Pretty costly.
Well, you
Like,
could.
most definitely.
Well, you could try. There you go. You could try, instead of sustained flight, just propelling yourself with a lot of force, and then doing a few of those to keep yourself in the air. It'd be less stable, but
But is it something I could hold for a long period? Because I'm imagining we would have to fight the general eventually, and it would be nice to have even footing. No
Maybe.
matters.
well, what if you put her in an environment where flying isn't an option? Rather than controlling yourself to match the environment, you control the environment to match what you're good at.
I don't know if you noticed, man, but I only have 2 magic types, one being fire, which she's immune to, and then soul magic. So, unless you want me to scorch, like, what, the air? Like,
Or you could fight her indoors.
that's just luck, though. I mean, I would rather not have to chance it like that.
Well, here's the thing. If you pick a fight with her, and then you keep yourself indoors or in a place where you can't get attacked from the top, she has no choice if she's going to come at you but to enter where you have the advantage.
Fair enough.
And then, I mean, just defensive. And if she's in the air and you're on the ground, you can always just use soul magic to launch projectiles at her.
What?
Well, soul magic can solidify itself, and Astal pulls out one of the bullets with the soul magic tip. It's how I make my bullets. Puts it away. You could use it to turn into a weapon, enchant something, or solidify it and then launch it. And then when it hits, there's the damage.
I don't imagine we're gonna have to fight anyone soon. I'm like comfortable placing spell slots like this. Daldur is going to try and make like mini arrows out of soul magic and then launch them the nearest tree.
Okay. How many do you make?
3.
Alright, 6 slots. You hold out your hand, and in like the palm will look like large. They're arrow-like in shape, except it's just like a cylinder that's sharpened to a tip rather than like an arrow. And as you wave your hand, they launch and embed themselves in the tree. You can see the soul magic kind of mist steaming off of those arrows as they are launched into a nearby tree. We'll say that you're like in the quivering woods at this point.
Interesting.
So I don't know what else you could launch with that.
Right. Oh, actually, I did have a question. Since we're on the topic of using the environment to our advantage,
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Damn, that's crazy.
I missed too.
So, like, okay, say for example there are, like, if Daldur is fighting something at a volcano, that assist his fire magic in any way at all, or like
One, you
if-
could use the stuff there to help, and 2, the environment does affect your magic. You're in a place where it's hot, your fire magic is acting stronger.
so if I wanted to,
Really, earth magic users just have a home field advantage at all times. Though mountains are where they're strongest. Water magic users somewhere where it's wet, like a rainforest or the ocean. And wind magic users somewhere where it's real windy.
so I was thinking, could, like, ignite their forts, really, and that. I mean, granted, there would definitely be people who would either subdue the flames or use them as well, but it would create some kind of advantage.
True. It's true. I guess just the trick is finding a place where she can't fly. Put her in a position flying with disadvantageous.
Yeah, we could have people waiting with ranged weapons
It's true.
on the ground.
You don't forget when we confront her, we can have allies.
Ideally. Also need to find a way to fire it. I'm being honest. Freezing things is a lot more costly with fire magic than if I were to use water, which I can't. So
Hey, while you're down here, why don't you try tuning to another form of magic? Get around it.
I used to be, how do I say this? Quadra elemental.
Alright, you had it all before. What happened? They don't really just go away.
I didn't really accept somebody's dying.
So it took away your magic.
And I don't. How do I describe it? It's like. Before I attuned to water magic, if I were to imagine my being in terms of magic, it would kind kind of be like a core in the center of my body, right? But it was just as if it hadn't lit up yet. But instead now it's the pieces are missing. I can't even access that anymore. It's just not there.
Right.
So I don't think that's gonna be an option.
Well, that's good to know.
Still, haven't really.
At this point, also increase your spell slots back to full. We'll say that like you've just been resting.
Well, 2 minutes.
As you travel. We'll say at this point you start to see the walls of the city as you venture through the cloakroom forest. Through the tree line, you can start to see towering black walls, as well as what look to be things flying in the air above.
Can I roll like insight and investigation to see what they actually are? Or
It'd probably be perception. You just like get a good view of them, and then depending on how well you roll, you can.
11.
They're pretty far up, but they look like semi-humanoid creatures. Their faces look a little more avian, but the wings on their back seem to have large, like spines or quills running down them, where there would be feathers. You have to see those same quills running down like the center of their back.
They don't look like Erico.
Those are Atrules' flying forces.
Right.
It's aerial advantage. While they're up there, going up in the air, if you're not on his side, is kind of a bad idea.
Want to get upped again.
As you walk a little bit closer, you begin to hear faint noises of what sounds like destruction coming from the city.
Oh shit, I forgot about that monster.
I'm sure they'll let us in. Maybe it's not like this is a regular.
Yeah. As they approach, Daldur is gonna do that disguise again.
Okay. You put in 12, but I said that it's easier for you than like. It's just my way of saying you probably didn't need to use that many.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use 5.
Okay, that still works. You reach. Sorry, let me be a little bit more comfortable. You reach a towering gate. It looks like one of the castle gates with the bars. You know what I'm talking about. Large spikes embedded in the ground below. You see 2 hulking figures, well armored. You can't see any semblance of skin underneath the armor. Dark shadows obscure their faces, and you see 2 like piercing red eyes. Multiple. You see about 4 glowing towards you. They each step forward, one on the left and one on the right. The one on the right has a large great sword, which is resting on its shoulder, and the one on the left, a halberd, which it uses almost as like a crutch to help itself move. The one with the halberd leans down. You can feel hot breath coat your body as it gets closer. It smells good.
Huh?
It doesn't smell bad. Like, this guy has good dental hygiene. It smells kind of minty.
Right. Interesting.
But as it leans forward, you can see Astout really lowers his head and covers his face with the cowboy hat. It growls. Alright, listen. Disclaimer. The voice I'm about to do is probably not going to match what you're envisioning. You can't do... I don't think I'll be able to do it justice. But it growls out. State your purpose.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Good.
Nice. We're just returning home.
Returning home. I don't recall letting you out.
Well, I mean, I don't recall seeing you when we left.
It stretches as it stands back up, turning towards its compatriot with the great sword. It seems to lower its voice to whisper before leaning back down. Your name. We can't be for Hector. Hector! Deception.
Okay. Oh, I have a -2.
Gonna use lucky?
We'll see how it goes.
Hector. Stop! Stop. Intriguing name for a dragonborn.
That's supposed to be.
I've just never heard someone go by that name before. Where do you originate from?
Roll history.
Like to remember names of countries?
Just like where Dragonborn show up most often.
They are all around the world. You'd be more looking for naming conventions than Dragonborn.
Okay.
Dragonborn are also a very rare race because they tend to be persecuted because they're dragons. But off topic. You can do history to know like where that would kind of come from. You're gonna have to guess on this one. You can look at the map if you want. Here, I can pull it up.
If I go by previous sessions, the last time we encountered a character whose name was supposed to be Hector. I'm gonna say Moonicus.
Moonicus?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of Moonicus.
Just shakes his head.
How long have you been down here?
Millennia.
Oh, that explains it.
Well, strange named Hector, the Dragonborn. I suppose I have no qualms letting you in. And he stands back up and turns to his compatriot again. They whisper a bit more, he says, and neither does he.
Can I roll insight?
Sure, what are you trying to figure out?
If they're like actually conspiring against us and just lying instead of
Conspiring, you are not sure. All that you can really glean is, I mean, and this is just from your conversation, he might be paranoid. That's really all you can gather. He leans his halberd along the wall, which is, this guy is about like 12 feet tall. He's massive. And the wall is even higher. It is like probably around 100 feet tall. As he leans his halberd along the wall, you see him, he takes his hands and he puts them under the gate and he just lifts it up, seemingly effortlessly. He says, "Pass."
What the fuck did they feed people a millennia ago?
He just doesn't speak.
Okay, well, I'll just get on with it.
What are they feeding you, dog? Alright, yeah, you all walk through, and you hear the gate drop behind you. The entire area surrounding you just shaking. The sounds of destruction is much more clear. You don't think you're in the right area for it. It sounds a bit more like northwest of you. But you officially enter the city. And as you pass through the gate, kind of the area gets darker, almost an eternal night. You step along hard stones. The surrounding area smells like brimstone and just violence. You don't see many people wandering the streets, and the few that you do cast towards you very wary glances before shuttling away. They don't seem to recognize you.
Is there any indicator that I would be unsafe if I were to drop my disguise now, or?
Insight. You'd be flipping a coin.
I'll chance it.
Okay. You drop your disguise after walking a bit further in. No one seems to. Someone sees you drop your disguise. You see someone in a window, kind of watching your posse walk along this central road. Also, before I forget, as you're walking along the central road, you can see dead ahead of you, very deep further into the city, what seems to be the cathedral in the center. It is deep in, but this street is unobstructed towards it. You seem to be on some sort of main street. But anyway, you do see someone in a second-story window in a building to your left that is watching your posse walk through the street. Witness you dropping the disguise and then very quickly duck down.
I'm just gonna turn that ass out and go. So you're the underworld expert, where we find just allies on the inside, I guess.
Well, you gotta find people who are capable of getting an entire village of warriors in. Actually, maybe we should speak about this not in the streets.
Fair enough.
ISO doesn't seem to know that someone saw you drop the disguise either. You seem to be the only one to notice that.
Could you give me a little bit more details about them and the building that they were in?
It seemed to be just like a worn down house somewhere where people stay. The person seemed to be a tiefling. One of their horns broken off and a large gash down their cheek. You couldn't tell who exactly they were, or any, like, you aren't able to glean any sort of hints about an affiliation or who they are. All you know is that they saw you and they hid and went after. You just saw, like, the head and, like, clavicle, shoulders.
I'll walk up to the front door.
Alright, you walk into the front door. The window to your right has, like, a shattered hole in it and some, looks to be boards pressed open. Or, like, boards that have reinforced the window so no one can just enter.
Okay. I'm just gonna knock then.
You knock, and you didn't notice it as it was happening, but the sounds of people inside stop as soon as you knock. You hear footsteps walking up towards the door, and you can see what looks to be a slide in the door open up, and an eye peers at you. It's like a glistening purple. Before closing, you hear a muffled voice. Who are you?
You good?
Who are you?
Oh. We're just travelers.
I don't want anything to do with whatever you're doing, man. Alright, I didn't see anything.
Well, I didn't ask if you saw it.
Well, there's only one reason you would show up at my door.
I'm just gonna turn and shrug to the other two.
You saw me see you use soul magic. And if you're worried that I'll be turning you into a Atrules, I promise I won't. His voice is definitely shaky. You don't know if that's a direct lie. The most you can gather is it's possible he's considering it.
Right, well... I don't know what to say.
70 charisma is really showing.
Oh, shut up. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't really know what the fuck else to do, so...
Okay. So what, you walk off?
Yeah.
You continue walking over.
Those people saw me drop behind this guy,
Yeah, I kind of figured from the conversation. You know, he said he wasn't going to, but it is possible that he'll turn you in, right? There's a large reward for doing that.
Seriously? What, should we go back then?
I mean, come on, but I think finding allies is a bit more important. Plus, if he truly does send people after you, I don't know, I think you will.
Okay, well... We'll just keep moving then.
Alright, you keep walking. Myself begins to speak, and he says, keeps his voice low. He says, if we do want to find allies in the city, we have to find someone with power. Whether one of the nobles or like a rebellion leader.
Maybe we could start at like a big hub of people, like that's people gathered, I guess, and then
Central City, maybe?
find from there, from the conversations.
You keep walking towards the center of the city. You reach the center where the cathedral is. It is practically crawling with soldiers for Atrules. But there are a lot of people. This seems to be a very common gathering area. Also, you are very close to the destruction that is occurring. You see a lot of people are very nervous about that. You can overhear someone say, should we really be here? Because I feel it sounds like it's getting closer. Someone else says, it's probably fine, right? There's a lot of people in that area. I'm sure it's keeping itself busy. It's not like we can leave.
I'm just gonna walk over and go, wait, so you guys have seen whatever is over there?
Yeah, man. It's this real big fucking thing. It's got like the head of a wolf, but it's got like a bunch of like patchwork armor on it, big ass claws. Every step it takes, it leaves fire in its wake. And you would have to see it for yourself, man. It's unbelievable. But it just seems real pissed.
Why?
Everything? I don't know. Maybe it's a culmination of wrath. People's anger at the world manifested. Most monsters form down here.
Right. But it has armor though.
I don't know.
Okay. Was that anything of note about the armor, I guess?
Well, it seemed like grafted into the flesh. Who are you anyway?
I got down here yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Welcome to the family, I guess.
Oh, this is just like it's it.
You feel a pat on your back as you walk away.
Ooh.
The guy you were just talking to.
Oh, okay.
Where do you start walking?
Just to like another section of the crowd where people might be conversing. I don't know.
Give me a perception. Give me investigation. Actually.
Okay.
Right there.
I am idiots. Boy, do I need it.
You don't want to use a lucky on that too?
Yeah.
Just roll the superiority die, bro. You don't hear anything that they're saying, and you don't get a good look at them. But you do see two people conversing. They seem to be whispering to each other, and then they duck into a building.
Do I see, like... Actually, can I follow after them?
The Castillian says he's gonna go look somewhere else because he doesn't want to get involved with whatever fight you're getting yourself into.
Fair enough, man.
Estel's gonna follow you though. Stealth.
at disadvantage.
Oh my god. Yeah, 17's gonna do it.
Oh my gosh.
You surprisingly conceal your presence and the noise of your armor very well. You really just stick with the crowd. Astel kind of guiding you, as he seems like he's done this before. But you stick with the crowd and where the people are. And oh god. And conceal your presence. It's rather than like hiding, you know. And you see the two people. They get behind some barrels. You get a good look from a side angle, and you see them open up what looks to be like a, you know, like the basements have like the window where you can see like the above ground. They open one of those up, and you know the guy that has it open like pushes the other guy through, and then gets in himself. The building seems to be some sort of store. As you are by the front entrance, it has a sign that just has like a bag on it.
So it's just a general store?
It's a general store.
Okay. I guess we'll follow after them.
In the window.
Oh. Like you have a better idea?
Yeah, not that. They're gonna know that we're in there, and then if these are people that we're looking to ally with, that's not a very good impression.
No, well, you just want to walk through the front.
Yeah, talk with the storekeep. Clearly the storekeep has something to do with it. He's letting these people in.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How stupid. You have an 11 in intelligence, man. You're not that dumb.
I have an 8 in wisdom.
What does that have to do with anything? Okay. So you go in.
Yeah.
You went
To the front of the
the
store.
front store, yes, the front door. You open the door, you step inside. Behind the counter, this looks like a human. He looks pretty old and frail, probably natural causes. You see in the store with shelves and display cases are various objects. What catches your eye is you first see what looks to be like a glint of light in something, and as you get closer you see an assortment of magical crystals. Each from left to right, it's earth, wind, water, and fire. The storekeep speaks up. Just a small little old human man. You looking to buy those? Oh my god.
I'm putting you through the ringer. I'm so sorry.
Are you looking to buy those? They're quite valuable. They store magic in them. You can cast spells through them.
How much magic do they store?
Well, they can't hold too much. I think the upper limit is 50. But I don't think those ones have quite that much in them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am looking around. I don't suppose I have much I could offer, considering I got talking to you pretty recently.
Right. Well, around here, goods are often exchanged for favors or other goods. Bartering, mostly. We don't have a currency down here, unless you're within that city in the north.
Well, I mean, you don't suppose I can help you with anything, right? You gave me something in the back.
Not anything in store. I do. Well, there is something down here that I'm looking for, an object. You could get that for me. I'd be happy to give you those crystals.
Damn, I mean, do I really need them like that?
is not too far. It's just a bit to the south in that step. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, there's an old ruin controlled by... How long ago did you say you got here?
What is it, about a week now?
Closer. He leans in close. How familiar are you with Atrules?
More than I would like to be.
Also, it's been far more than a week, by the way.
Okay, well, like a week and a half then.
It's been like probably multiple weeks.
Fuck, man.
Anyway, yeah, it's been a long time. Anyway, he says, well, before I tell you anything, let me get to my friend. You see him open a door behind him and step away. Estelle says, I think we might have found our allies.
Thank you, Shanty.
What's Shanty do? You see the old man open the door, and he comes out with a half-elf man. The half-elf, he's got, looks to be a dagger just embedded in, like, where his neck and his shoulder meet.
Okay.
Oh, that was you. Okay. A dagger where his neck and his shoulder meet. He says, who are these guys? Well, he says he's been here recently. He wants to buy those crystals. I offered him that job, you know, Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think... 2 questions. 1, you think we can trust them? And 2, you think they're capable? Capable, I know they are. Look at that. He kind of like slaps your shoulder, your bicep. Says, trustworthy, that's why I called you. He looks at you. You see, he brushes some hair out of his face. Looks you up and down. I'm gonna ask you a few questions, right? How long ago did you get here? What were you up to above the overplane? And where were you born?
Okay. I've been down here for a couple weeks now. I guess when I died, I was fighting the Spectre of Plague.
He looks down at the old man and back at you.
And I was born because...
Not a Veridal? Not she, you explain? Not fucking with me?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I lived in Herobaal for some time, but I was born
Interesting. I think we can trust him. He was fighting the Spectre of Plague. I doubt that he agrees with that group in the overplane. Alright. Listen. There's this artifact that we need. These old ruins south of that step. He says that you've been there. Anyway. It's this artifact of wind magic. It makes the very air itself volatile and prone to injuring others.
Right.
We're looking for a way to take down the druid. The sky is his domain. What was that?
I'm just... I mean, well, personally dragged me down here.
Oh, you've got a vendetta.
Yeah.
Perfect. That means we can trust you. Okay. The sky is his domain. Some of his generals are capable of flight. He's got an entire fucking army up there. I'm sure you saw them.
Yes.
If we can make the air itself hostile fight is all on the ground. And that's where we sell.
Naturally.
You go get it for us. We'll give you the crystals. And we'll let you join our little organization.
Yeah, that sounds like a not bad deal, I feel like.
It's a couple miles south in that step. Then once you reach a village called... Oh god, I forgot what I called it.
Let me think.
Let me think. It was called... Black Sun Village. Once you reach there, head west. That's where you'll find the ruin.
And what is your organization called?
We're working on a name.
No, they're on.
We're calling it, New Age. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Haven't really come up with it yet. Just hey, Daldur Mayumir, who believes in himself. Just when you finish up, get in here, ask for... Fuck. Let me think. What was my name again? My name is...
Oh, that's not easy.
My name is... Alfinas, I think. My name is Alfinas.
How long have you been down here?
A long time. My name is Alfinas.
Well, we know where we're going, but how do we get out? Pretty sure.
What do you mean?
Because weren't the people in the crowd over there saying nobody gets in and out?
Yeah, well, no one gets out without permission from the proper channels. But you've only been down here for a little bit, so I'm sure the generals will let you through. So long as you kind of lie for why you're leaving. They expect you back.
Right.
Here.
The generals know. Do you mind if I take a step into the back?
Yeah, and you fucking opens the door. Says, actually, I think we should all be back here right now. And everyone enters and channels into that, like an underground basement area. You can see two people that entered through the window earlier. They're dressed in like large, what look like canvas cloaks. And there's a few other people scattered around, talking about some things. Some of them are hunched over maps or papers. You see one half-orc just sharpening a sword in the corner.
They kind of know my face.
Like all of them?
No, just the winged lady that's immune to fire.
Oh, her. Okay.
Still.
Thankfully, the city isn't in her deal. She more works on the outside, so you probably won't encounter her. In fact, each of the gates is overseen by one of the sergeants. Sergeant, Commander General, you know the whole deal.
Yeah.
Each of the gates, each of the gates is overseen by a sergeant. Sergeant has to talk to the general. General talks to you. So, whole fucking thing. Honestly, a headache. Southgate is controlled by
Just that big guy, right? was like 12 feet tall. What the fuck?
They both are.
Both of them.
Yeah. No, they're just like foot soldiers. Yeah, there's 2 of those guys guarding every gate.
Right. Okay. Well.
Anyway, Southgate is controlled by Herobaal. He's one of the generals. Or at least like the South City. Controlled by Herobaal. Herobaal is currently dealing with the monster west of here. Because the general is at that jurisdiction and is out and about. I doubt that he'll question you very much.
That monster wasn't you guys, right?
No. No. Some guy died, fell down here, and has just been wreaking havoc.
I thought it was like a big wolf thing.
Yeah. It fell down here, started wreaking havoc.
Okay. Why not?
You know that place is. You know the overplane's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I saw an emblem on it. Are you familiar with the City of Roses?
I mean, not extensively.
Well,
I agree with that.
I suppose. I suppose one could see it that way. He says, apparently, from what I've gathered, City of Roses has been working with some less than ethical things. Guys, one.
See, you keep saying that guy like it's a person.
It is a guy.
I thought it was a wolf monster.
It's that too. Supposedly it was a guy turned into a wolf monster.
Like a werewolf?
Like a monster. Like, I don't know, you'd have to fucking see it yourself.
Okay. Well. I guess we'll say we're leaving.
You're leaving south, there's a few things down there. There's, of course there's the steep, but there's several other areas. Or the steppe, sorry. There's a intriguing. That's what that is. There's a graveyard and a thicket. You say you're gathering ingredients in there. Say you're an alchemist. That's what most people that leave south typically. Of course, if the excuse is overdone, I don't know, it's worth it.
Yeah. Give it a shot then.
Good luck then.
Hopefully. Yes, again.
Good luck then, he says, as the DM opens the monster manual. Alright.
You all.
You exit the storefront, start heading south. You reach the gate, and you see the one with a halberd crouches down and peers at you through the gate again. Back already?
Yeah. Just had to drop off some things, but I'm going back in.
Interesting you came from the south. established, yet I've never heard of you.
I mean, I got
Wait a minute. Sorry. Rewind. Crouches down. Who are you? You're not disguised.
For more. I'm just an alchemist, really. I'm gonna go.
An alchemist. Setting up shop?
Well, I got hired at one.
Hired. You said.
Yeah.
And what are you accepting payment for your efforts at this outlet?
Manual labor, food, whatever.
Which shop did you say you got hired at again? Randomly generated shop name.
The Sleeping Pepper Apothecary.
Deception.
What? Why did it go to perception? Deception.
We're gonna say Astel is giving you the help action, so you have advantage. Oh, Astel gets a +3. Wait. That was so close. You turn towards Astel because he is a higher. But we're gonna say Astel says this.
Oh, okay.
It says the Sleeping Pepper Apothecary. 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 Help me out.
Yeah.
Wait, he's rolling history. Not deception. There it is. Okay.
My goat.
The Sleeping Pepper Apothecary. Yeah. Oh, I know that place. Come on through. He opens the gate.
Daldur's gonna look at Astel, just bewildered that it worked.
That worked! Okay. He goes to open the gate and he says, sorry. Almost forgot. And he puts his fingertips together and brings his hands towards his face, and he seems to whisper until if you put your fingertips together, he seems to whisper until that gap is big. And then you see something fly towards you in the northwest. A very large, red, scaly beast with those red, leathery wings. He's got two black horns that reach back, and he lands in front of you, or behind you rather, wielding a massive mace. Put on your phone. All right. Tag it up, guys. He steps closer. Herbalists, you claim.
Wait, what?
You head southwards.
Yeah.
He starts walking around. I believe I've heard of someone who looks just like you.
I mean, I have a pretty average looking face.
No. He continues to circle around you as he observes you. Your name. We just be generating anything now. What are you looking for?
You'll see.
My name Hector.
Please. What was the name of Thomas's first character?
Oh, I don't remember.
That's what I'm looking for right now. Let's start with an S. And then, thanks.
The destroyer of this.
Oh wow.
Wait, it's definitely one of the videos. This is the longest bit.
I know. Oh, I give up.
Riolu. Are you sure that's the name you want to give him? You're right, Lucario.
You're right. Cynical.
Deception at disadvantage.
No! Why?
That is not a real name.
What do you mean that's not a real name?
No one has that name.
Man.
Crazy. Crazy! Liar.
Says who?
No, I know your face. You're that one that Atrules is after.
The guy's a bit of a humble.
No. I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. He reaches forward, he's going to try and grapple you. Contested strength, or you can make a dexterity check to get out. Like to just avoid it.
14.
11.
Guess I'll just like push his arm off.
Yeah, he goes to like grab you in one hand and you just like slap it out of the way. It's incredibly impressive because he's way bigger than you.
What do you think you're doing?
Successful rage rate. You do not refuse me.
Whoa, you cannot go telling people that.
You will do what I tell you.
It must be horrible in the bedroom. If you want, look, we can talk about it if we just like take a couple steps outside, really.
He's gonna attempt to make an attack on you. 31 to hit.
31 to hit! What the fuck am I fighting?
14 bludgeoning damage. Oh, not the D8. 26 fire damage. So that's halves. So that's 13. Astel goes, Daldur, as you feel this large mace, the size of your body, slam into you, sending you flying into a wall. You can feel the stones like crack against your body as you fly into it. You also feel like cinders kind of scorch a bit of your skin as he takes another step forward. And he points the mace at you. He says, "You will follow me. We will see Atrules, and he will get what he wants, and I will be rewarded."
Daldur's gonna look up at him and say, "It would have been so easy if you just let me through.
Are you
I've had a couple of losses recently."
Are you entering combat with him?
Yeah, I will.
Alright, roll initiative. Let me.
And I've been really wanting to try this out.
Finally, I get an excuse to try this out. Hey, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait, I did not sign up for this.
I rolled an 11, by the way.
An 11, I pulled initiative tracker. Move my dice.
Forgot his name spelled like that.
Wait, I didn't.
I didn't sign up for this. Wait.
That's what it is! Let me roll some initiative. So you said you got an 11. He gets a 16. Hostile gets a 7. Alright, that means he goes first. He turns towards Astel, who has pulling out his revolver and is aiming it at him. And he says, "You get out of the way." And he raises his mace. Make an attack. No, he raises his claws. That's not his one. Astel. 44. 44 slashing damage as he raises his claw and just cleaves through Astel's like front chest. He falls to the ground, blood pouring out. And he turns towards you, Daldur. You already made a mace attack, so you can't do that. He says, "Watch your friend."
Watch your friend dodge this attack. Oh my gosh.
26 piercing damage.
Is he getting the Daldur special?
And then that's supposed to make a con save. She fails. While poisoned, he cannot regain hit points and take 66 poison at the start of each of his turns, during which he can remake that statement. As he leans downward and just clamps his jaws on Astel's stomach and rips outwards. Astel is screaming in pain and terror. And then he turns towards you and he starts to walk towards you. As the 15 starts to walk towards you, with his tail, he slaps Astel through a window in the house across the street from you. Astel, you can see him barely clinging on, begin to push himself up using the table that he almost landed on. He literally hits the Yamcha pose. He pushes himself up, still aiming the revolver. You can see blood trickling down his face, pouring down his face as his nose is shattered. His teeth are on the ground in the street. You can see at some point he accidentally bit his tongue, and so that's bleeding as well, as his part of his face is just a mess of blood and gore. It is your turn, Daldur. Or actually, you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And so does Espen.
I'm gonna use Indomitable on him. That's holy shit. I doubt that passes.
What'd you get?
Even worse than before. Yeah, it just kept getting worse. My rolls just kept getting worse.
So you're frightened until you end of your next turn. But it's your turn.
The fuck can I even do that?
As your legs begin to quake. Actually, also give me a con. This one's okay. You resist pissing yourself.
Oh fuck you! What?
You are filled with a primordial fear
So,
as he begins to approach you slowly.
right. How close is he?
He's within 20 feet. He's like 20 feet from you.
That's not an attack range. Okay. Wonder is going to. How far is Ascot? Where did you?
He is like in the house across the street. He's like 100 something feet wide. The street itself is 40 feet wide, and he's in the building. Actually, so that'd be less than 100. It's more like, he's probably more like 80 feet.
I'm just gonna use 3 spell slots. That's 90. Oh. And then flip himself like 2 past out. And then his action. fuck? What?
Okay, but you put your hands behind you, and you get real low, and you're boosted, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you create a large explosion behind you. The wall behind you is decimated as you put yourself under his legs, and through that window, you land yourself next to Astel, who is clutching his stomach. He's just, what are you doing here, man?
I just hit reset.
Damn. You're at 62.
I guess I'll do something dangerous. How long am I fighting for again?
Until you are next.
$50 spell slots on soul.
Are you enchanting yourself?
Yes.
You take a gamble. Daldur, you stand up, you look at him with a sense of determination, and you feel that black flame starts at your fingertips. Your body's so used to enchanting your hands, that's just what it naturally starts. It goes from your fingertips up your hands, up your arm, putting your elbows up to your shoulders. And then it sinks downwards, coating your stomach, your legs, your feet. Then the flames that are around your neck climb upwards, covering your entire face and head. All that remains is a small bar where your eyes are, where you can see out through the flames, but your entire body is coated in this soul flame. It doesn't hurt. It's not hot. It's a little bit cold, actually. It would be enough to make the hairs on your arms stand as you are coated in this fire. It continues to look and walk slowly towards you, and it chuckles. That little drip won't save you from my mace. I almost said blade, like instinctually.
I can't even move closer to him. I'm gonna block the entrance, I guess. So before he gets to us, I'm gonna have to fight him.
Okay.
And then that's it.
You just kind of get yourself in front of Asta.
Yeah.
Asta's turn. He's also frightened. Oh, he takes. Use relentless endurance. I mean, oh! It's at the start of his turn, so I don't think there's anything you can do before him. Asta just collapses behind him. He does get to remake that constant. No poisons.
That's crazy.
Alright. With a beat of his wings, he rushes forward, and you see with his mace, he just decimates the wall in front of you. And he starts to walk. Approaching, he lifts up his claw. swipes at you with his claw. You bring up your arm to defend. You've swiped his hand away before. You're strong. You completely stop his momentum. And then he yelps and pulls his hand backwards. And you can see black scorch marks along his hand. Not from the fire, but from the soul. You said you put 50 in? 45 D6 soul damage. Hit him. He pulls his hand back and you, what did you do? As that soul flame is kind of coating his palm now, and he closes and reopens it again.
I am frightened, so at this point.
You
The 10 does not hit.
no, you go to, punch him during his moment of weakness, in which he just brings down his mace, and you just feel your fist connect with steel. Yeah, you pull your head back. You're like, oh, fuck! You wave it a bit. He takes a small step back. This should not be possible.
Did he fucking bite me?
Yes. You're gonna take, and then 25 more soul damage. to him.
Oh.
Or 25 d6 more soul damage.
Eight flame versus soul flame.
As he clenches his jaw around you, you feel teeth piercing in your stomach, and he pulls back and you can see that black flame around his mouth. He tries to spit, and he breathes out. He's you! You also need to make a con save. You are poisoned. I can't regain hit points. You take 66 poison damage until
6d6.
yes, not now, but on the start of your turn. Begins to take he takes another step back. You're not worth it. He's gonna turn. He's gonna run.
Am I still frightened?
No, because he's scared of you.
No, that's definitely opportunity.
Yes, attack of opportunity. So you would advantage. They're more human. Also, you have double advantage.
Seconds.
Are you changing the dice?
I am changing the dice.
Here.
These dice hate me so bad.
Use this. Just
So that's 8 plus 5, so that's 10.
let me in 25 d6.
Question. So, you mentioned when I was planning on fighting the other general that she would take damage from the fire and take damage from the swords.
Yes. This guy's same thing's happening.
Okay.
He's not taking fire damage.
Okay.
As he turns to run, he's sprinting down. You deliver a punch to his like back, in between where his wings, you know, turn into back. And he rears back. He roars in pain, and he starts like almost crawling away. Before he falls on his back, he's discarded his mace and he's holding his hands. Wait! Wait! It's your turn. Don't kill me. I can offer you so much.
We're just willing to kill him, I say, pointing at Astelma.
It was on. It was like he's like Golden Freddy, like. Oh. 66 poison damage.
Oh right.
25. And then remake the constant. Remake the constant. No, with these dice.
Plus 7.
24, that passes. Just use these real
I'm
life
just gonna use
dice.
Cisco dice from now on, dog.
Let me check that. Anyway, continue.
I'm just gonna look down at him and go. You're so willing to annihilate another soul. You should be prepared for the same outcome.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't annihilate another soul.
I'm like actually just toying with it now.
I have no method. My mace is unenchanted. Let me live. I'll arrange for the nobles to be in your favor. You can get anything you want. His like eyes widen. I can't.
Can't.
No, that's not what I said. He's in full panic mode right now. Listen, if
Okay.
Atrules has me in his pocket. I can't help you with that. This guy sounds like Vegeta.
A little bit, yeah. Kakarot!
Kakarot! Listen! Atrules is gonna get us, Kakarot! Whoever you are, please, let me live. If you have an ounce of mercy,
And then. Oh my gosh.
yeah, the physical dice please.
Oh, true. This is the D20.
D&D players, when it's time to recognize what dice they're fucking rolling. 16.
Plus 9.
Yeah, that is. You say not down here, and you bring your fist down on his face, and it crunches inwards. His snout practically hanging loose just off of a few strings of sinew. His eyes turned inwards as his skull caves in. You can see flecks of blood and brain matter on your hand that are immediately just singed away by the soul flame. His corpse lays below you, and then very quickly disintegrates.
Is there?
Slowly but surely being annihilated.
Damn.
And then you feel a little strange. You feel like a kid. You find yourself in the plains of a country you don't recognize. Sorry, I just have to open this up. You see yourself or someone you recognize as yourself but is not you. You see your brother, older, playing with you. You see your mother in the cabin. Your father coming back from a hunt. Then quickly, you see yourself grown up, a little bit older, maybe 11. In front of you is a large feast. Your father pats you on the back and says, "Happy birthday." Horrible. You see yourself a little bit older, a teenager now, probably 16 or 17, don't quite remember. And you see people on the horizon, a marauder gang. They caused problems before, but they were never bold enough to come this close to the village. At this time they were. This time they had found an axe enchanted with storm magic. The man who wielded it called himself the Storm Lord. You see him strike lightning towards other people's houses. You see this marauder gang slaughter the people of the village. You were never a fighter. In fact, this is the first time you've ever picked up a weapon with hostile intent. But you grab a mace off the wall, and you run out, determined to help your father and your brother defend the village from these beings, these horrid people. You watch yourself lose the fight. You watch yourself take a blade to the stomach. You watch it be ripped outwards, your intestines falling out. You find yourself laying on the ground, bleeding and dying. And you see in the distance a familiar pair of boots, and your brother turning you over, screaming your name, but it sounds so muffled as if he is miles away. He tells you to stay with him, to stay alive, to not fall asleep. You're so tired, and it hurts so much. If you just went to sleep, it would be gone. And then you fell asleep. And then Daldur, you're back to yourself. And you feel stronger. As if you've absorbed the strength of Herobaal. Along with some memories of his when he was alive. You feel the strength you've taken did not exist in life, but after he got down here, when he was twisted by the soul magic of Atrules, his Herobal's burning desire to bring justice to those who wronged him, that justice, that sense of duty, twisted into something foul after many years of indoctrination. You feel the poison in your teeth. You get his bite attack, as well as a level up.
Oh my. With tears in his eyes, Daldur is going to pick up, passed out, and then run out of the gate.
Oh my god. There you go. You run out of the gate. The sentinels busied themselves with finding reinforcements for Herobaal for the fight. Reinforcements that will come far too late to find nothing but ash. You sprint out the gate towards the forest and towards the steppe. Astal is not better. The poison's still in his body. I also assume that you bring the soul flame down, like, away from your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there any way that can heal him at all, or like get rid of the poison,
Probably use fire magic to help get rid of the poison. Maybe give him some advantage. We'll say 5 slots. You want to do it again? There we go. Okay, finally. Alright. He is stable. Poison in his system is gone.
crying because that person is gone. Not dead. Their soul isn't anywhere. They just don't exist anymore. And he did it.
Yep.
And he knows
This is forever.
it's permanent. And after seeing their memories and how Atrules twisted them, he has a strong
I posted your bite in your